You know, I hate to be the kind of guy that says I told you so, but Hasbro, bruh, I told you so. I told you that this was going to happen. A while back, I made a video about all the financial woes going on in the economy and how people should prepare. And also, I mentioned that companies should adapt to the new climate by doing one very important thing: listening to the people. You see, Hasbro should have been serving one master that wasn't the shareholders. I get it. The shareholders, they own your company, blah, blah, blah. But the shareholders cannot be happy if you're not selling anything. Now, before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Goes a long way to help the channel. Goes a long way to get the beat that algorithm. And also make sure you're checking out that community page, because every time I see deals, I'm making sure I post it on there for everybody. So check that stuff out. Now let's get on with the show. So this is from Yahoo Finance. So shares of Hasbro dropped after Bank of America analysis downgraded the stock from a buy to underperform. The concern cited that the company was destroying the long-term value of its Magic the Gathering card game. Now, I could say they're destroying a lot of things. Magic the Gathering would definitely be on my radar based on feedback I've seen online, but I would say they're destroying everything across the board. They're destroying their board games with their freaking, what was it? The Miss Monopoly game, or whatever the hell it was, where all the men earn 75 cents to every dollar, or whatever the hell they did. It was like there's no more Mr. Potato Head. There's only Potato Head. It's like I could say they're destroying a lot of different brands. Like, seriously, this Yahoo report, by the way, shout out to Lord Martinez for putting me on to this. I just want to give him a shout out because he put me on a trail before I could even get to the story. He had the story already out there, man. So appreciate it, brother. But yeah, but seriously, they're ruining a lot more brands than just Magic the Gathering. I think Magic the Gathering is their biggest brand. It's easily their best profit brand because it's cards, and they charge whatever they charge for cards. I think it's like, what is it, like, I don't know, like $10 a pack or whatever they charge per pack. The cards can't be that expensive to make, so your turnaround on that is ridiculous. Plus the rare cards go for a crazy amount of money. People are revolting. Like the secondary market apparently on the Magic the Gathering rare cards is dropping down. It's an entire cluster. They have totally screwed up that brand. Now, they've totally screwed up the Marvel Legends brand. They've totally screwed up the Star Wars brand. They screwed up the G.I. Joe brand because they're just now starting to ship G.I. Joes. So, I mean, hell, I was getting G.I. Joes, like the Cobra Island G.I. Joes. I was getting those for like dirt cheap because people were just unloading their entire collections because of what a clusterfuck the G.I. Joe classified line was. I mean, shit, I'm just now getting bats because like I couldn't freaking get bats like in bulk like I wanted to. I mean, this is crazy. They're mishandling all of these lines. I can't really say they're mishandling the Transformers line, but they cheaped out on the product, so you can call that a mishandling because, I mean, let's be honest here. They're putting clear plastic on necessary joints of Transformers. So when you're transforming them, the cheap clear plastic cracks and breaks your Transformer. Like, they're screwing up across the board. And all they had to do to avoid all of this, even when the pandemic was at its peak, was instead of sitting around doing focus groups and sitting around circle jerking each other, they could have easily gone out to the fans, gone out to the real YouTube community, not the guys, not a lot of the guys with these like 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 subscribers, and especially not the people you give free shit to. Don't expect them to give you legit feedback, because all they're going to do is say, oh yes sir, well that sounds amazing, whatever you guys want to do, just continue to send it to me for free and I'll continue to tell people. Like, don't get the influencers. Go to the core consumer of your product. That's how you make profit. Look at Apple computers. Apple computers, every time they make mistakes, what do? They hear the feedback. They make adjustments. And that's why they're very profitable. Look at McFarlane for our community. Look at McFarlane. Like, in the beginning, they made some pretty dumpy figures. Like, the ball joints were all kinds of loose. You couldn't stand these guys up. The designs were weird. But they listened. And then we said, hey Todd, why don't you float us some vehicles? So Todd's like, all right, I got you. Give me some time here. And all of a sudden, we started getting all these bat cycles and I'm waiting for the Batmobile personally, but I'm just saying, like, he listened. He was able to listen to the customers and see, hey, this is what the customers want. Let's give them what they want so I can make my money. Hasbro is serving the wrong master, and it's starting to show. They're looking at the shareholders, and are saying, hey, how can we maximize their profit? Rather than saying, we can still maximize your profit, but we also need to create an atmosphere of customer satisfaction. And that's the part they're losing. If the customer's not satisfied, how do you think the shareholders are going to feel? Because guess what? If the customer's not satisfied, they're not going to buy your shit. Listen, if Apple made shitty products, people would go running back to Windows. That's why people run away from Windows, because Windows made really shitty operating systems. They're like, some of their, what was it, Windows Vista, like just shitty operating systems. They made some really dumb choices, and people ran to Apple, and Apple said, hey, we need to continue to make people feel like they're a part of this thing. We're going to get your feedback. Hell, I'm in their feedback program now. I'm in there now. I send them stuff, even if they don't read it. The fact that I can send feedback directly to Apple computers about their operating systems, about their software, about their hardware, all that stuff. I'm in their program. The fact that I can do that makes me want to buy more Apple shit, because I feel like even if it's a minute change that they did to adjust to some schlub like me, that shows me that I have skin in the game. Why aren't you showing people that they have skin in the game? And this is why you're failing. People feel like that you're out of touch. It's like you have ears, but you don't hear. You got them plugged. You put in sound canceling headphones. Sure, you still have ears, but yeah, you're not hearing us. And this is why you're suffering. This is why these HasLabs, they're starting to hit the skids, because you're not adjusting to your community. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you think I'm way off? Do you think old Prime done banged his head against the desk a little bit too hard? Or do you think I'm kind of spot on? Or do you think I'm kind of somewhere in the middle? Like, I once again, like I said in my last video, I feel like I'm over the target. I may not get a bullseye, but I'm definitely over the target. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And like I said previously, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be safe. Be good. And it's the Drunken Prime cracking open another beer and signing off.